Thanks, Dan. Time to switch gears a little bit and talk about Aggie Equestrian. And this is Coach Tana McKay. And first of all, as a team, national champions, it's got to feel good to get the whole team involved and bring that title back to College Station.
Definitely. You know, our Western team has had a lot of success. And the overall championship has been within our reach, very close reach a couple of times. And so that's been a big goal for our entire team, was to get that overall championship.
Now, for people who aren't as familiar with equestrian, there's two types. There's Western and the Hunter seat. Now, the Western team was #1 pretty much all season and into that final. Now, the Hunter seat was the 7th seed and kind of surprised. Is it fun to watch the way the two teams kind of had to battle, one kind of staying at the top and then one fighting to get there a little bit?
Definitely. You know, our Hunt seat team has worked so hard, and they were on a roll towards the end of the season. They were doing awesome. They did a great job against a tough SEC school, the University of Georgia, and they beat them 5-2, which was a huge deal. And that in itself was worth just going to the championship. Getting into the final with both teams, the Hunt seat and the Western, was something a school had never done before. So that in itself was exciting, and then we secured the overall championship because of that the day before the finals were actually competing. So we got to enjoy an overall championship and then get both teams into the finals. Watch our Hunt seat team. You don't see very many teams come in as a 7th seed and come down to the wire at a tough tie towards the end, but we were really proud of them.
Talk about the Western team. #1, the bullseye's on their back, and they just answered the call and took care of it. And for the 4th time, they're the national champs. So these seniors, they know a little bit about success.
Yes. Yeah, you know, and it's a judge sport, so it's very challenging. You know, it's easy to get on the top. You know, it's hard to stay there. I think that's one thing that our athletes never take for granted. Is it's never a given. It's a judge sport. It's still a person's opinion. You know, the horses and the equipment are still changing all the time. So it's a true testament to the talent that we have on this team that they've been able to maintain that for 4 years.
Now, as far as conferences go, it's a little different for equestrian because there's not as many teams out there nationally. But how does it change a little bit now that you're going to be kind of in the SEC, taking on Auburn, South Carolina, and Georgia? 3 teams, very good.
Yes, very good teams. We'll concentrate a few more of our competitions of going to the SEC. We'll travel to all of those SEC schools, and then they'll travel here. We'll still do a few Big 12 schools, but they'll definitely keep us on our toes. The SEC, they're tough.
And then finally, I assume the team doesn't want to end here, so how tough is it now to begin to try and defend this national title as the top team in the nation?
Well, like you said, I know there's a target on our back now, but I don't think the girls look at it that way. They're out to prove that they're the best athletes in this sport, you know, across the country. And so from day one, when we get back into season in the fall, they're working hard from day one. And the Hunt seat team is hungry now, and so looking for that Hunt seat championship as well.
Coach McKay, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
and
having me.
Congrats on the national championship. Congrats to all the girls, too. Dan, we'll throw it back to you.